transfer of results, which was in the 2022 Act. What we passed, and which the Senate President himself, when he was doing a clarification sitting on his chair, is transmission of results.
Electronic.
And I need to make this very clear. Every one of us who is a senator, who has the privilege to represent a senatorial district, came here under the trust of their senatorial zone. And each one of them imbues in himself or herself a public trust, a trust that has been handed to us by Nigerians to do the absolute best for Nigeria. And when it now appears that we have been misunderstood in any way, that's why we said we will come here, each and every one of us this morning, including those that are not here, a vast majority of the senators, to say that this is exactly the process that we pass through to get to this point. First, there was a joint committee of both the Senate and the House, made up of members of the electoral committees in both chambers. These joint committees had several retreats, both in Abuja and elsewhere. And each of those retreats was done with both INEC and the CSOs. Everyone agreed at the end of the retreat that electronic transmission of votes was the way to go. And that was reflected in the reports, both in the House and in the Senate. Now, there was public hearing, there was everything, and this was a what they will say sine qua non. Nothing else but that. And I think the Senate President reiterated it yesterday, that we're not going backwards, rather that we're going forward. Now, after the Senate committee, Electoral Committee report was brought, the Senate also set up an ad hoc committee to review this report, electoral report, and report back to the House. And it was the report of that Senate, of that ad hoc committee led by Senator Adegbomire, that we considered when we went into a closed session. And the reason for us to go into a closed session was so that we can tidy up all the niggling things inside there. And when we now come back to plenary to pass it, that we will pass it without any rancor. I can assure you, on my honor and the honor of all of us who are standing here, that both the Electoral Committee of the Senate, then the ad hoc committee of the Senate, and also in the executive session that we had, that we all agreed on section 63, which is electronic transmission of votes. Electronic transmission of results in real time. I think 65, or so. I think I have it here. I'm going to bring it when we finish and distribute it to you, what we passed. Now, at the plenary session yesterday, we also passed it, but because there was a whole lot of people walking around and people talking, so it now seemed that something was wrong. We went back individually to find out from what exactly was done, and we were reassured. And the Senate President, while sitting, and I'm sure you have the videos yourself there, confirmed that we passed the electronic transmission of results. And I will show you what we have here. Now, the harmonization committee was set up also yesterday because when the House version and the Senate version differ, because there were so many other things, including timelines that now preferred, you set up a harmonization. Those harmonization is what you use to make sure that you come to one single document which the president